He got problems, she got problems. Only I got 411 problems. Hey, hi, what's up, y'all? It's time for another recap. Hey, Play Cousins. Let's check into it. And this is season 3, episode 3 of And Just Like That. So, oh, I almost died. Took myself out. I don't even know. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's see what the girls are doing this week. So, of course, this episode starts off with Carrie. And as I told y'all before, Carrie has started back writing. She hasn't really told anybody, but she was just doing it. You know, she was in her garden, and that's when like all the rats came out. And I told y'all she was the Pied Piper, but she wasn't R. Kelly because all the rats was everywhere, everywhere. Anyway, so yeah, so now she's in this episode. In the beginning, she's talking to her publicist slash content manager, and she's running down like basically saying, hey, I hope you starting on something new, because you know nowadays everybody attention span is like this. Everybody is a creator. It's so many people out there that are pushing out good content. It's kind of hard to keep people, kind of hard to keep a fan base, kind of hard to keep a family type situation. And so she was like, I hope you're working on something. Like, I hope you have something in the works going. And she was like, yeah, I kind of do. Remember, I told y'all she was, you know, based in her life, but kind of putting it in like past tense. So it's like a factional type situation. Yeah. And so she was also running down basically like collabs. Like, this is the people who want to do promos with you. Like, they want to fly you here, they want to do this, Google, Southwest. And then it was another one that says like Virginia. So she was like, Virginia, I'm interested in that one. And so you see her content manager say, Did my Wi-Fi cut out? Did you not hear the other more seductive destination? So in the next segment, we are starting off with Anthony, and he's doing a soft launch into his new space. And he's feeling the stress of owning a business. You're asleep. This is our soft opening. And Carrie is also, of course, all the girls are there to support him. And Carrie is letting them know, like, hey, I got this, you know, promo, this collab. I'm going on business. I'm going to Virginia. And then, you know, I'm going to like hop and jump over to Aiden. And the girls are kind of giving her a look, which is why you took that gig in the first place. It was close to Aiden. It's in Virginia. Aiden is not too far in the next city. That's why you took that gig. Girl, you should have took all of them. Go get your money. Sorry, but I'm already flying to Helsinki next week for a snack. So Lisa shows up to the rescue because Lisa is a mom influencer as well. And she brings in her crew to fill out the place for Anthony. Anthony is ecstatic. Hallelujah, my bread has risen. Before Lisa makes her grand entrance, Carrie gets a phone call from Aiden's ex-wife. Yeah. And she wants Adderall. She claims there's a shortage in Virginia. There's a nationwide shortage. So she's asking Carrie to bring Adderall. Carrie is an influencer as well for restaurants and fashion. She ain't a street pharmacist, but okay. 30 milligram extended release. Yeah, I've only got her acting. Baby, and Charlotte to the rescue. What? The mom groups, hey, as they said, you got to stick together. So if I ain't got it, she ain't got it, I got you. I'm texting his nanny as we speak. Text the nanny. Quick, pick up, leave it at your doorman. Okay, mom group. Okay. Poor Lisa, as a working mom, it's like now her editor is leaving. Interesting phone call while you were out. When she thinks like she's finally getting her project off the ground and getting her footing going, her editor has been offered a great opportunity. Offering me his next doc. And the editor, although we're friends and we're cool, you're still my boss, and this is a great opportunity for me. Lisa, this project was only supposed to take 1 year and it took 8. The editor stuck it out with her, and so she's saying, listen, I don't have kids. I don't have that problem or I don't have that where I have to put my work on hold to be a mom. My work is my life, and this is a great opportunity. They want to know my interest by Friday. And Lisa is spazzing and crashing out, which I understand. But also, I need you to take into account, girl, if that's really your friend, let her take this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. Don't make her miss it because you feel away. Send the other editors in. So we're in the segment where Carrie and Miranda I don't know why I was about to call her Charlotte. Carrie and Miranda are doing girl talk. Carrie is basically giving Miranda a key because Miranda is going to be cat sitting the cat, and they're putting up a cat tree for the cats. The cat will be entertained while Carrie is away in Virginia. Carrie is also passing Miranda, a key. And so she was like, oh my God, my gardener has the key. My landscapers have a key. You have a key. Guess who doesn't have a key? Aiden. And so she was like, so when we go to lunch and I meet up with him, I'm going to give him a key to our house. Right. Weird. Y'all know how it feels when you thinking about giving a key to your man or to your significant other or to who you sneaky link, whatever. You're thinking about giving them a key. And I just have this feeling he's gonna turn her down. I just do. Miranda is in this point in this girl's house is shooting her shot to the ex coworker. Not a date yet. She was like, I want to kind of make sure and feel out that she likes me too, which I don't blame her because this last couple of times where you have shot your shot, baby, you have threw up bricks, nothing but bricks. You have missed. You have missed. All night. Big mom. Charlotte is being left out because the segment before Girls Talk was just her meeting up with her coworkers who sell art, and they went to the after parties and after parties and sold more paintings, and so she feels like she's missing out because they went to the clubs and they're all drained and hungover. So she was like, "Wait, I left you girls at 9." And they was like, yeah, we told you not to be party poopers, so she have to go home and be a mom. And so you're having the same problem that Lisa's having. I don't want to call it a problem, but it is kind of a problem. It's like a conflict, basically, where you're trying to be a working mom and also mom. You're trying to be present and also be successful in your career, which a lot of women face nowadays. So she's in that battle along with Lisa. Home and never parties. Yeah, because that's who you are. I'm not. So much more. Are you? So the beauty of having family dinner, everybody is putting their opinions and their grievances out on the table. Anthony is serving everybody, and Giuseppe, which is Anthony's boyfriend, was actually solving Charlotte and her husband's problem basically for them because he's having the same issue of I'm a father, but I don't club and I don't party, which that doesn't mean that you're boring. Everybody doesn't do the club. I don't do the club. I did the club when I was in college. Too much. Actually, 4 to 5 days a week. I don't care for the club anymore. It's played out to me. If you do the club, that's fine. You're in that era. But that don't mean like I'm a dud. It's just we don't have the same like interests. So Giuseppe is like, fashion. Like I need new clothes. Basically what the dad was asking. And they were saying, yeah, get Carrie. So Anthony was basically saying, so you solving everybody's problem. You're coming up with all these solutions, but you're not helping my business. What's the big deal, Chi? It's a denim onesie. And all he wants him to do is put on the onesie because he's blessed. He's hung low. Very blessed. And he's like, no, I'm a poet. Like, I'm not there anymore. I'm trying to basically respect our relationship. Like, that's the past. We're in the present. I'm not putting on the ones. So this segment, Seema's hit with a whole nother life change. Again, her boss, who she absolutely adores, is retiring. He doesn't look his age. So she still thought she had time because they had a plan. It was a plan where she was going to buy him out. Take over. And she thought she had multiple years to save up for it and then buy him out. But here we are. I'm 90. What? My high school crush was Jesus. And so he sold his shares to somebody else who she's not very fond of. So she's decided that she's going to actually take all her sick days as of right now to think about what she needs to do in her next step. Here we are. Life changes. As I told my son, baby, we all out here winging this bitch. Drug dealer. That's how cool I am. Okay, so after Carrie has helped Harry do his fashion decisions, I think he needs to stick with the mom jeans. As his daughter said, Seema, with this new life situation coming up, she decided to go on a trip with Carrie. Girls trip, let's go. Works best for her. So Lisa is upset and frustrated because her friend Grace took the job. She took the opportunity and she feels like she's been stabbed in the back. And so her husband comes in the kitchen and basically is like, whoa, calm down. You're taking a lot out on this ice situation right now. And then she was letting him know, like, listen, Grace left me high and dry. Like, I'm stressed out. I got this project going on. And he broke it down and he said, listen, Grace was with you when you took a year off to have a kid. Grace was with you whether you took 2 years off and 2 months back on. Grace was right behind you. Don't you think it's time to support her? And a lot of times, women, we don't want to hear it. It's like we just hear what we want to hear as far as putting ourselves in front of it. And it's like sometimes you have to think about your friends too. Like those friends who had your back, who was there for you, who was down no matter what. Do you ever think and sometimes look back and be like, dang, let me consider their feelings. Let me make sure I'm supporting them. Let me make sure like I'm doing them right. And he basically gave her a mouthful and what she needed to hear. But of course, she's mad at him now, no longer mad at Grace. Okay, so the girls talk where the girls are in Virginia and it's after Carrie's event and they're having dinner. The PR manager comes in and making sure like the person that she collab with, making sure that you're enjoying yourself. Do you need anything? Seema is also taking advantage taking advantage of the amenities and the extras that Carrie is getting to make sure she's having a good time. And it also puts in a perspective because she was excited for grandma's fried chicken and they have changed it to a modern now menu, which is now air fried, and instead of okra on the side there is a okra mousse. Yeah, but even though the girls are discussing things, Carrie is also again getting a realization like, you know, wait a minute, what number am I in Aiden's life? Because Seema was like, she did not want to be a number two anymore, meaning she didn't want to be like co-partner and working under somebody. And so she was like, ugh, epiphany, I'm going to start my own. And so she was like, oh, you just thought about that? And she was like, actually, that's been my dream for years. You just been putting it on the back burner. And we do that a lot. So Carrie was thinking like, I'm not number two, I'm number four in Aiden's life. Seema was trying to give her the benefit of doubt, like, girl, he's really trying to work this out, him being a parent, y'all being in different states and still trying to make this relationship work. And so Carrie was still, kind of iffy on it. Next, we go to Miranda. Miranda is on with the ex coworker. They're having dinner and they have this moment. You would think that I was like, oh, maybe Miranda Gaydar is coming into tune and she's picking up the right thing. But the lady was literally just talking about work. And then we go to Charlotte and her husband, and they're in the club and they're having a good time, so to speak, just sitting there because Charlotte is trying to make an art sale and her husband has to go to the bathroom. And remember, these are the jeans that Carrie told him to get, and they have all these buttons. He's not used to it. He's had 4 drinks. He was like, I got to go to the bathroom. They just invited to another after party after party after after party. And so she was like, I got to go because I'm trying to make this sale. I think I'm going to make this sale. So he was like, okay, well, Leah, let me go to the bathroom. He gets to the bathroom and there's so many buttons. And oh my gosh, he pees his pants, honey. And he was like, I am SpongeBob SquarePants on this because that's what they call him at work. And he was like, and I'm cool with it. Charlotte also, she was like, I have been picturing my bed shoes. As I said before, when you're out of the club era, you're out of the club era. But I get and understand what Charlotte is trying to do because it's like, I'm trying to be cool with my coworkers, but I'm trying to also make this sale because she's missed out on the sales previous from with the after parties. But here's my thing, what's for you is for you, and baby, if I'm sleepy, I'm going home. I'm not going to no freaking after party. Goodbye, I'm tired. Bye bye. I am a mom. Like, girl, own that you are a mom, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being the old person or the boring person. Sometimes you keep yourself out of so much trouble being at home rubbing your feet together eating your snacks. Oh, what's happening now? I thought you had a little crush. Charlotte has realized she has made a mistake, honey. And this is when you have to follow your first line and just be yourself. Yes, sometimes you got to go see it through, my boy. And you don't know the outcome until you go through it. But you get a gut feeling like this is a mistake. And she once realized that this was definitely a mistake because old boy came on to her. He wasn't even feeling her. The girl, her coworker, who was all over him and, oh, I want to Oh, I want to get him. He wasn't even paying her no attention, baby. He was trying to be her side dude. He was trying to be Charlotte's side dude. She walked outside into broad daylight. It's 3 in the morning, and y'all was talking about going to another after party after doing heavy, because I can't say booger sugar. They were doing booger sugar. Like, this is not even your atmosphere. So again, you have to go through certain things, even though you know this is not it. And she was trying to make a sale, and you think you're missing out until you're sitting in it, and it's like, why am I here? What am I doing? Why did I even put myself in this? Baby, again, rubbing your feet together, eating your snacks. Top tier. So Lisa has come to the conclusion that she has been overreacting and she's been rather selfish. Grace, I'm sorry. But also boils down to that she was scared. You're losing your friend. You've been working on this for a long time with your friend. And now here's a change. Here's something different. You may no longer have me. She comes in, she's apologizing to Grace. And even with Grace accepting the apology, Grace was being a good friend and saying, baby, you got this. This is you. There is nothing like having a friend in your fear come in, calm you down, and let you know that you still got this. Like, you are magic. You are everything. You can pursue, you can do, you can turn this around, you can make whatever you need to make happen. Baby, top tier. When I tell you, if you have a good friend, hold on to them. They are very far and few nowadays. So there's nothing like a friend who can speak to your spirit. Kudos to Grace. So the girls are trying to rent a car, and Carrie finds out that her license has been suspended. It has been suspended since 2017. And haven't been carded in years. Baby, when you live in New York, you don't actually need to drive. She travels passport, Uber, Lyft, walking, train. She very check her license. So Zima was like, okay, I'll drive. It goes from that to, you see Anthony, Giuseppe comes through, and as I'm going to show you, Giuseppe comes through for Anthony, and he starts bringing people in, honey. Sex sales. Literally, it goes from that to Charlotte. Charlotte is at work. She's dealing with the hangover. Her eyes is hurting, pulsating, because she has been up all night. And a young lady walks up on her and says, hey, Charlotte. And it was from the after party, and she actually made a sale. It wasn't from who she thought she was, but she actually made a sale. But she also realized that the after parties is not for her, but it paid off in the end. Seema she got a phone call from the new boss that's coming, and she's asking for a sign. She's trying to navigate what should she do next. And Carrie is like, listen, you need to pull over, because her phone started ringing. Seema is like, I'm driving, but yeah, she was about to FaceTime and drive. And then she pulled into an area where literally, the tire spikes. It's like, you're not supposed to back up, you're supposed to pull forward. This fool drove over the tire spikes. So they tow truck came, pick up the truck. Carrie is like, okay, this is not an easy situation. This is not an easy trip, because Carrie is questioning why Aiden didn't ask her to stay. Like, I'm here. You want me to come pick you up? Like, I'm here. You didn't ask me, like, are you going to stay here instead of like going back to New York? You know how we do. Like, we fantasize, or we put out 11,000 scenarios instead of just saying literally what's on our mind. Because dudes don't, they do when it's somebody they want, but he already told you, like, his son come first. So she's going back and forth with, is she doing the right thing? Like, her coming here, was it smart? Did it make sense? You know what I'm saying? And she's comparing her life to maps. I don't know. Like, I don't know why we do that. But anyway, Seema is like, I got my sign, because once she ran over the spikes, there was a warning sign. And Carrie's like, girl, you didn't see the sign? She was like, what sign? The warning sign saying, don't run over the spikes. And so she was like, oh, that's my sign. My sign was to not go backwards. So that means Seema is going to start her own business. So Aiden to the rescue. He comes and picks up Seema. He comes, picks up Carrie. And when he comes to pick them up, he asks Carrie to stay.
For dinner too. I don't like breakfast. You want me to stay over?
Wonderful feeling. Everything is beautiful. The girls realize, because Simo was like, baby, drop me off at the airport. And they realized that their luggage was in the rental. Yeah. So once they go get their luggage, it cuts to Aiden and Carrie in front of the house. And Aiden says, oh, I didn't tell the boys that you were coming. So you're going to have to sleep in the guest house. She's in the guest house by herself. Yeah. And again, now she is sleeping with her thoughts. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. But there's always that gnawing feeling that's letting you know. Anyway, and just like that, that is the end of episode 3. I love you the mostest because you're definitely the dopest in real life. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's talk about it in the comments. See y'all later. Bye.